It's feeling good because the winds have shifted to the south, and that's the story. Once we see winds, see like over at Bushwick and Brooklyn out of the south, that means we're starting to see some of that warmth come up from the Gulf of Mexico by way of Atlanta, Georgia, through the Carolinas into the Tennessee Valley. Norwood in the Bronx, you're at 31. So you're at freezing in Brooklyn, below freezing still in West New York, Jersey, 24. And then Scarsdale, you're way below it at 20. But it's better than it was yesterday, but still awfully cold outside. Live radar, there's no precip today. I say precip because temperatures have warmed up. We could see some rain or snow, right? High pressure is just off the coast, and as long as it's there, it's going to keep us dry today. And as it moves down to the south, oh my, we've got a whiplash forecast again. That's story number 2 with that area of high pressure down south. See, if we get a subtropical high, it's basically a Bermuda high just a little bit to the north of it. That's bringing that warmth up from the southern Atlantic over from the Gulf Coast. And then you take that warm air with that southwest wind and you build on your temperatures. And you could be somewhere between 10 to 20 degrees higher than your average high. Your average high for this day, 40 to 42. So we get up to 62, 63, 65 degrees with the high in that position. That looks like it's going to be the case. The winds are going to pick up tomorrow afternoon out of the southwest. And so today, let me just tell you today, though, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited about that 65. Today for Lenox Hill, Manhattan, 50 degrees. Brownsville and Brooklyn, we could be at 49. For Paramus in New Jersey, 51. In Westchester, let's go 46. And Long Island, Hempstead, 47. That's today with the winds shifting to the southwest. Winds are going to pick up and build, as I say, on this warmth coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. So it's starting now. It builds tomorrow all the way into about Friday morning. And as long as we have that southwest wind, there is the chance of hitting 65 for the city. Probably the same in Jersey, maybe a little bit warmer. And then Westchester, 63, Long Island, 64. As quickly as we're talking about that southwest wind and warming up, winds are going to shift after we get rain here late Thursday into Friday morning. Then the winds will shift to the northwest. And that means hello chatter guy. That means open the door to Canada as opposed to that warmth coming up from Tupelo, Mississippi through the Carolinas. Now we're talking about Arctic air coming down from Canada. The door is open. You see these wind chills in the teens and the low 20s by 5 p.m. Friday. Think about this. We could be at 61 degrees at 5 a.m. tomorrow, or Friday morning. 5 a.m. Friday morning, 61 degrees. And then 12 hours later, we're feeling 40 degrees colder at 5 p.m. That's a roller coaster ride that we did last weekend, and we're going to do it again just on Friday, just in one day. So we start with a high today, possibly 50 degrees. Tomorrow, record warmth. If we can get up to 65, this is a little bit heavier lift than it was last weekend, but we might eke it out. If you look at Friday, you're saying, Byron, that 61 is where the low occurs. Well, it says in the morning, that's where the low occurs, right? But we could be at 61 at 5 a.m. And then by 5 p.m., we could feel like 23 degrees on Friday. Saturday will not be the peak day of the weekend. Sunday will be because we might be a little bit warmer as the winds shift to the southwest. So, Alex, you're going to do a roller coaster ride here on the temperatures in a hurry. So you better enjoy this warmth now and tomorrow.